So that is also a function of I think about Earth's rate of rotation, because when you have weak solar activity, it is two things which happen. It affects the energy which is going out, but also the magnetic wind, so-called solar wind, and the solar wind interacts with the Earth magnetic field. So if it's weak, you have a lot of particles, cosmic ray falling in, and we have a Danish one say that affects the cloud formation, so that's why it becomes cloud. For me, I say, no, it also affects the Earth rate of rotation. And if it's spinning up, more things are concentrating in the equatorial band, and the cold water from the north is being pulled down, so it gets little ice ages. It's just out in magazine, this paper of mine, Global and Planetary Change, which is a fine paper. So I worked a lot on that. But this is a long-term changes. So we will be on this cyclic change on the sun. For sure, we will be soon in a solar minimum. Then you can say, how will it end up? If you believe in global warming, then it may cancel it out or weaken that, but at least it has to interact with it, whatever you think. So this is out of the IPC. They don't even think of it. They don't even say anything about it. And those people make economical calculations. They, like Stern report, they have fantastic views of the new trading from Europe across the Arctic into through Bering Strait down to China and Japan, canceling out the Panama. But this is not what the Earth variable says. So yes, that is a major problem. So another thing, when I now talk about Earth's rotation, because this is maybe the simplest and best way of measuring the global effect of sea level. If now we have the World Championship, we have the Olympic Games in Washington, Vancouver, and Canada. The figure skaters, when they are spinning very rapidly, they hold their hands close to the body. But when they are slowing down, they delicately put out their arms in order to change rotational momentum, it's called in physics. And the same with the Earth. If the sea is increasing the radius of the Earth by rising, then Earth has to slow down. And it did so when sea level rose 10 centimeters between 1850 and 1940. It rose 10 centimeters. And that's about the variability we have. So it's 10 centimeters, up and down. But now we have very fine record, and there is no such tendency of slowing down. On the contrary, Earth is speeding up. So that's the other way which I work when I'm evaluating and judging all those phenomena. But what I have to do, they shouldn't just sit with blank eyes looking into your computer and making one line through a sinusoidal or at least changing curve and say this is the trend to come, because it's not the trend to come.
It is amazing to me that the people that we count on to give us the correct input, have made sure that the sun's relationship to the Earth is completely left out of the equation of analysis.
Yeah. And we discussed that. You had a very good scientist, Eddie. He was one of the first who saw that solar minima is also cold periods. And I was in the same, we were together fighting with IPCC when they started. At that time, it was called Project on Global Change. And we said, you must include the sun. No, they said, no, we will take it out because we want to measure only the meteorological oceanographic effects on Earth itself. But so it went wrong.
It's amazing that could be because of the sun's influence on the Earth, even the tides, even the oceans. How could the sun not have anything to do with it? It's bizarre. What's next for you this next year? What do you hope to accomplish? I know that you stated that you wanted to go to these places.
I'm going to Chicago at a meeting and talking about this.
Okay, so you're going to go to Chicago. How can people get in touch with you? Do you have a website or do you have an email or how?
Email I have.
Okay, why don't you give out your email?
I can do that. Mörner as my name without two dots, and at, and then POJ.NU.
Okay. Mörner at POJ.NU?
Yes.
And we'll also have something for you on the website. Is there anything else you wanted to share with audiences today?
No, I think we have covered quite a lot, and I hope people will, in their heart, and their mind, not be so much afraid of the global component. Look at the local, because local is local, but the global component, you can forget about that. And also we should be worried, really worried, about the attitude of people fooling us. I am both amazed and shocked about it, and we should do that. But for the fear they wanted to put into us, that's not correct. So we should have a fear about those people who fooled us, not about the issue they are talking about.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have been talking with Nils-Axel Mörner, who is a physicist and leader of the Maldives Sea Level Project, a former president of the INQUA Commission on Sea Level Changes and Coastal Evolution, formerly head of paleophysics and geodynamics at Stockholm University. He's the author of a new book. State your new book.
Yeah, The Greatest Lie Ever Told.
We thank you for educating us about the sea level changes, putting it in perspective for us. We thank you so much, sir.
Thank you for listening.